Yeah.
Number 38 in your quarterback countdown ranking is
Gardner Minshew. Yes.
The stash.
The Ginsu, the Minshew. That's right. He will carve you up. You know, this is what I say about Gardner Minshew. My headline would be just knows how to play quarterback. Great feel, great instincts, gritty, right? Like infectious gritty. Not only like to his own team and all of that, but you know, the scrambling, the attitude. So there's a leadership factor that is all like really cool, and people want to latch on with Gardner Minshew, right? He plays tough for a smaller guy. He's not scared of anything. He'll hang in the pocket. Okay, he'll definitely do that. And if you give him a system like we saw last year, or you saw the year before, you know, when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles. And he didn't play for 14 weeks and then just came out on a random Sunday and they're like, hey, we need you. And he threw for 350 yards against the Dallas Cowboys, right? Like, yeah, he can play. He can do it. You give him the tools and stuff like that. He can Ginsu you up for sure, right? So that's the big thing with him. He can run. He's got a little scrappy, making plays behind the line of scrimmage to buy some time to throw the football down the field. Right? So those are all the positives about Gardner Minshew. How do you not respect him, his game, his approach, his attitude? I love it all. I really do. Now, there's negatives about his game.
Okay.
Right?
I don't want to get into the negatives
let's
quite
go,
yet, because I do feel like the essence of Gardner Minshew is a guy that some of these fan bases are like, his limitations are pretty obvious here. And Matt Casey threw that in a rundown, who's in the chair today for Pete, said, you know, he's a guy that gives you a little bit of a spark, swashbuckler whose true ceiling is ultimately revealed as the year goes on.
Pretty much.
But he's a guy that, like, you watch him, you want him to be good. You want him to do well, and you want him to be better than he is at times because he's just such a fun guy to root for.
Yeah, that's right. He is, and you know, I mean, he's not some like Greek god Adonis, right? So you're kind of like, wait, how does this guy do this?
Have you seen him in the jean shorts though?
His jorts?
It's the jorts.
That's what I saw him in, and that's why I said he's not a Greek god Adonis, right? He's not, but he's got this this way about him where you feel like he's gonna get it done. Okay. You feel like he's going to get it done, even though, to your point, there's negatives about him in the game. And he's the perfect, to me, high-level backup, bridge quarterback, whatever, because I do think at the end of the day, the more he plays, the more you start to see that there are flaws within his physical ability, right? Again, as we talked about, Jared Stidham's physical ability is a notch up from Gardner Minshew. But Gardner Minshew's played. He's played a lot. He's nuanced in the game, right? He makes a lot of great reads, and gets out of bad plays, throws the ball away at the appropriate time. But there also is the fact of he's not going to make wow plays. He's not. Now, the wow plays are going to be like, oh, wow, he scrambled and he found an 8-yard completion and it all looked crazy and that's cool, right? Right? And that is. But there's a lot of, as you break him down, and you've heard me say this a little bit about him last year, there's a lot of plays and throws where you just go, like, you got to hit that, or damn, he was open. He shouldn't have to turn like this and now reach his arms out, and now the DB knocked it away. This should have been a slam dunk completion. So that's the big thing with him, right, is he's going to miss some plays, some throws that are there because he just doesn't have a great arm. Yeah. And as tough as he is, right, here would be the other negative, because he's tough as hell. I don't want to take that away from him. But he's still factually smaller, right? He will, at times, I don't want to say, like, he can be with a guy with a big quarterback, right? Like a Jared Stidham at times. He might stand in there and go, wait, I got people around me, but there's an in-cut about to come open, and I'm going to hang in there and throw it, and I'm big, and I can muscle it in there, right? Yeah. That's not Minshew. Minshew's not going to do that. And in fact, when it gets like that a little bit, he's going to go, wait, I got to get out of here, where you sometimes on film would just go, no, just stay there. Just stay there and step into this and let it go, right? But I think because of his size, and maybe he can't see quite the same as there, you know, he gets out of those situations, or maybe doesn't pull the trigger as aggressively as I would like in some of those type of situations. Yeah. But all in all, damn good player, the scrapper, the young scrapper, Gardner Minshew.
And he turns 28 coming up on Thursday, so a premature a happy birthday to Gardner Minshew. He's always been an underdog story.
Yeah.
6th round draft pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2019. Had to start as a rookie, and it was 12 games. He was 6-6, and that's where the legend started to grow for Gardner Minshew. Like, who is this guy? But you said 6th round pick, the arm strength, all the physical limitations. Everyone saw it in college. Here are some of the guys who were taken ahead of him, though, just to show how much progress he has made here and how he has defied the odds. Will Grier was a 3rd rounder that year. Ryan Finley was a 4th rounder. Jarrett Stidham was a 4th rounder as well. Easton Stick, 5th rounder. Clayton Thorson out of Northwestern. The Eagles took him in the 6th round ahead of Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Well, that's where not the eye-popping physical traits, right? Not the eye-popping physical man, and you just don't know how a guy can play until he gets in there and plays a little bit. But I think it's been the same thing really throughout, right? He got a chance to play in Jacksonville, and they were like, "Oh, wow, this kid's surprising. He's, surpassing our expectations." But there's still a lot of plays and throws that were left on the field that we would like to have a Trevor Lawrence drafted and hit those throws, right? And that's, to me, what came about to me last year with the Colts games, too. I knew that going into the process because I remember saying it towards the year. But as I started to break down games and go through it, right, even his best games, I'd go, man, this is a good game. But you'd go, wow. Like, he definitely left a few plays and throws on the board where this game shouldn't have been that close, or they should have been dominating, or he should have had an extra 120 yards of stats or whatever else. But I think he's perfect. He's perfect to where he is right now. He would have been more perfect if they drafted Michael Penix, and then they could have gone, wait, we have a great backup, or you have to start the first few games and do that. But as it stands right now, I think that Gardner Minshew will clearly be the starting quarterback for the Raiders.
So that was the next question here, is that he's there with Aiden O'Connell. The coaching staff, I think, does like Aiden O'Connell. They put him as the starter once Pierce took over last year. So 17 games.
Yeah.
How many games does Gardner Minshew start next year?
I'm going to say the majority of them. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to, another spoiler, Aiden O'Connell's not on the list. All right? He didn't make the list. He's one of those.
You wrote him down, though.
Those are
you
one of those.
Considered him.
He did. Yeah. He was on the very short list, as I really cut it down. Right? But I think this is one here where, like, if they're competitive and stay in this, I think he starts the whole year. I think he will. Again, it's the Raiders. I'm not sure how good they're going to be, but if things start to fall off, of course, he's not that good, or they're paying him that much money where they're going to go, hey, let's stay with him. He's the future, right? So, it's going to be dependent on their team a little bit. And again, like I said, I think he'll play well. I don't think he's going to blow us out of the water. But if they're winning games and he's managing the games the right way, I think he'll stay in there. I do.
This is the backup plus tier.
Yeah.
So the Raiders are hoping for plus.
Yeah, they're hoping for that plus. They're going to get the plus here. They are. They're going to get that.
They're hoping they can go back in time and see if a quarterback falls to them at 13 again here, because they needed it more than maybe anyone. Gardner Minshew, 39 in your top 40 list.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for watching, homies. It's the offseason, but there's no offseason with Chris Sims Unbuttoned. It's the NFL. It goes all year around, all right? So hit subscribe, please, to hear my thoughts on your favorite team, your favorite quarterback, and, hey, how this season might unfold as we get ready for the 2024 season. We got a better picture, clearer look now that the draft is over, free agency. We know who's playing quarterback for certain teams. So, again, thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. Check you out soon.